everyone, my name is Kendra Watson, and I'm here today to show you that you can bake in a healthy way. I myself am a chocolate lover, but I'm also really health conscious. So I'm always playing with recipes trying to figure out how I can bake in a more healthy way. I found a recipe on eatingoutloud.com. It's a chocolate cake recipe, so I made it in chocolate muffins. It's really healthy, minimal ingredients, and really easy. I'm going to share with you a little later the benefits in baking this way and the difference in fat and calories. So to get started, all you're going to need is 1 box of cake mix. I chose dark chocolate cake mix, and I'll tell you why later, and a small can of pumpkin. You're also going to need a muffin pan greased with the 0-calorie spray, since it's a healthy recipe, a large mixing bowl, a fork for mixing. You can use a mixer, but I chose a fork for noise, a small bowl of cold water, a spatula, a spoon, and a can opener. So before we get started, go ahead and preheat your oven to 325 degrees for a dark nonstick pan. If you're using glass, go ahead and bump up the degrees to 350. So empty the cake mix and the pumpkin together. That's all you got to do. I've already started since I'm a little limited on time. Now, this dough is going to be super thick. It's not like normal cake dough. It's not fun to eat, so don't try it. But I promise you, if you wait till the end, it'll be worth it. Now, by adding pumpkin instead of what the recipe calls for, it saves you a lot of fat and calories, and I'll tell you. If you add what the recipe calls for is oil and egg. If you do that, you're adding 810 calories and 83 grams of fat. Now, if you put the pumpkin in place of that, you're only adding 2 grams of fat and 160 calories. It's an enormous difference. There's also some other benefits by using pumpkin. It adds fiber. We all know fiber helps in our digestive system. But on medicine.net, I also found that it helps control weight, prevent heart disease, and control diabetes, and reduces the level of bad fats and calories that we intake. And I told you earlier I would explain why I chose dark chocolate cake mix, and here's why. We all know that dark chocolate's better than milk chocolate, but it's because it has antioxidants in it. I found this information on longevity.about.com. It lowers cholesterol and blood sugar, and also helps stimulate endorphins, which are the happy feelings that we get. So go ahead, and we're going to start putting them in our muffin pans. Let me show you. I already have it pre-greased, and I have some already put in there. So we're going to start spooning it in. You're going to want to fill this about 3/4 of the way full. Like I said, this dough is super thick, so this part is a little time consuming. And then I'm going to show you why I have that bowl of cold water out there in the spatula. So, if you just stick them in here, they're going to be really lumpy, which is fine. I like mine lumpy sometimes. But if you want to smooth them out, if you're going to decorate them, take the spatula, dip it in the cold water, and start smoothing it out. Now this is a little time consuming too, so I'm only going to do a couple. And then I'll show you the difference in a little while, the difference between flattening them out and just leaving them lumpy. So I'm going to do one. Very time consuming, but worth it because it's very healthy. So go ahead and stick these in the oven. We're going to bake them for 15 to 20 minutes. And while that's baking, I'm going to show you. I baked some earlier so I can show you. Here's what it would look like if you didn't flatten them out. You can see it's really lumpy. And then, so I flattened another one out and decorated it. I decorated this with a little powdered sugar and a stencil. We're not going to use icing since this is a healthy recipe, but I can show you some other ways to top it that are just as fun. You can see, if you can see in the middle, they're super moist. It's not that this pumpkin makes it so moist. It's more moist than using the egg in the water. So the other toppings you can use, you can crush up some almonds, which are also healthy. You put them in. You go ahead and put the almonds in while they're baking so they stick. Or you can use coconut. You can color this coconut for different times of the years. Like you can see, it's almost Valentine's Day, so I chose hearts. You can color the powdered sugar. All you need is a food processor and some food coloring, and you can do that with even the nuts. So I've shared with you a very healthy, easy recipe with lots of ideas for toppings. You can be creative and do your own. I hope you try this and love it as much as I do. Thanks for watching.